The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Welcome everybody to the 13th installment of Pillow Talk, or 14th if you count the Pornhub Wild Hogs episode, which I don't. You know, that was
I counted twice.
You counted twice. I didn't say how many times you came to it. I said, do you count it? And we are here from our king-size bed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not your Nana's podcast.
Hell no.
Your Nana listens to Joe Rogan and all those chuds. We are the elite in podcasting, and as always, we record from our king-size bed, fit for two kings. Ain't that right, Uncle Howard?
Well, I don't know about that. I know there's one king in this bed, and that's me. And then there's a big traitor who stabbed me in the back, and that's damn right that I'm still mad and I'm still pissed off about that big circle jerk podcast you hosted. But I'm gonna get my revenge, and that's all there is to that.
What are you going to do? Where are you going to take your talents to? What other podcast would even tolerate you?
Have you heard of that with those guys, the Doughboys?
Yes, I've heard of the Doughboys. Mike Mitchell and Nick, what's his face?
Well, you're going to be saying, Dough boy, when I join them, and you're left without a fish on a sinker, just like an old goat.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. You will join the Doughboys. Well, I am terrified. As always, before we start the show, before we go to bed, I should say, we pick out a movie every night. And sometimes they've been duds and sometimes they've been great. But this time, I got a great movie for you. It's called 17 Again. And it stars a man named Matthew Perry from The Friends. And they do some CGI where he looks like Zac Efron and he's 17 again. But it's actually Matthew Perry playing a guy who looks exactly like Zac Efron, and he's back in high school. So basically, Matthew Perry gets to live out being back in high school and being kind of a creep. It's a bit of a, not necessarily a Me Too or a perfect nut, but it's kind of suspect when a man wants to do a movie where he's back in high school and they digitize his face to make him look younger. What do you think, Howard?
Well, I mean, some people would say that's a creep move. Some would say it's a dream come true. As for me, I say the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Great. Well, do you have a film picked out for tonight?
Well, I certainly do. The film is a real little Oscar hunting movie that brought a tear to my eye and everyone else's. It stars your favorite actress, the Dame Judi Dench. It's called Victoria and Abdul, and it's about the touching friendship struck up between an aging queen and her Indian consort.
Jesus Christ, what have you done? What have you done? Why are you picking out films from the art selection here?
I've been expanding my view on the
You've just been expanding what you've jerked off to.
I've been expanding a lot of things lately.
Not any pair of legs. Beat you to it. Anyways, we have a guest tonight, man. It's kind of exciting. We got a guest in the king-size bed. A guy with an IMDb page, like myself, unlike yourself, Howard. A man who he was in my documentary, Who Killed Them All, 2018. Just a fun fact. And a man who is going to help us out with Babes later on tonight, Howard. Are you ready to get some tips of the trade?
Oh, I'm looking to get some tips and a little more beyond that, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, be respectful. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our friend Yuri. What it is.
What up?
Yeah. What is good, man? How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I just got back from one of my best friend's gender reveal parties. Not for himself. He's having a baby.
Okay. And what's the gender?
It's a boy.
Hey, all
boy.
right.
It's a boy.
It's a baby boy. Did
It's
he have a
baby.
name yet or not?
No, they don't have a name yet. They don't have a name yet.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And we wanted to talk specifically because me and Howard are a couple of movie nuts, and one of our favorite movies is a movie called Spider-Man. And I don't mean the one that's in the Infinity War, and I don't mean the one with Paul Giamatti. I mean Toby Maguire, the original.
The real one.
And we were wondering, you, with your directorial experience, would you be willing to direct and finish the saga of Spider-Man 4 with Toby Maguire and Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah, I mean, first, I aside from Toby Maguire, I don't think there's Spider-Man without Kristen Dunst.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
seriously,
100%. That's true.
Even if she's 40, she still looks fantastic.
She is, she's just like the peak of, human beauty, I think.
I agree. So
she's timeless. Marie Antoinette, I mean, she really
that's true.
She is timeless.
That is true. Is there anything I feel if Spider-Man 3, me and Howard have discussed this, my input, and we'll go around and ask Howard, but my input is he goes back to the black suit. He's tempted again. He loves the jazz clubs. It's more about not so much Spider-Man solving crimes, but Spider-Man hitting the local jazz clubs, dancing around, playing the piano, meeting women, humanizing
him a little.
Humanizing him, and we engage in these, erogenous encounters with the Spider-Man. It's more about the man behind the suit and not so much this caricature who meets Stan Lee and goes, "Oh boy, you better watch out for that rhino,"
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like 100%. I think that like when any like cool hero gets like humanized, it always just makes it 30 times cooler. In Skyfall, when you see James Bond like hooked on pills in the beginning, it's like, I don't know, I find that like the coolest thing in like any James Bond movie is like to see him like at his most human.
The consequences of the lifestyle.
Exactly, and I think Peter Parker would definitely get himself into some trouble too,
Uncle Howard, didn't you once
it wouldn't be all jazz clubs,
Right. Uncle Howard, didn't you once in a job interview mention the James Bond scene?
Well, I have mentioned the James Bond scene in a job interview before, but it was actually from Casino Royale when he's getting his nuts beat the shit out of.
I don't think that helped. You didn't get that job, did you?
No, but I think I got some respect from the guy who was interviewing me.
That's all that matters. It doesn't matter that you got if you got the job or not, you got the respect. Then I had a scorpion crawl on my hand while I took a shot of tequila. Is that even a Bond thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Bond thing, man.
Okay, I don't know.
Every Bond guy, that's our dream,
It's the dream. So, anyways, Yuri, I want to cut to the chase. Before we even, forget Spider-Man, me and my uncle, we frequent a place called the Seashell. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's quite the bar. It's a little bit like the Blue Martini.
What is it called?
The Seashell.
The Seashell.
Never
heard of it.
It's like the Blue Martini. Basically,
exclusive.
Not that exclusive. It's kind of half family, half dive bar. And, we go to meet women, and they're just not that interested in us. I don't know if it's because my uncle's ruining my vibe that I've cultivated. I don't know what it is. But we need some advice, man, because we're struggling.
Man, honestly, like, I'm like, when I got to meet women in person, I'm like a shit show, like, I think when women are out in public, out like with their friends, their personalities change. Like, I mean, it's not just women, like, humans in general, like,
right.
We act different out in public. You want to be with your friends. You want to look a certain way with your friends. So like, I personally have found that the online dating is the wave. To meet some real beautiful women, yeah.
So me and Howard, should we open up an OkCupid page?
I mean, I'm stacked. My phone, I got all the apps. I got Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, OkCupid. I use Facebook for the same purpose. Instagram, they're all dating apps. It's Snapchat. Whatever. Like they're all just.
Let me ask you something though. Don't you worry that these people you're meeting with online might not be who they say they are?
I usually try to do like a whole little, a FaceTime encounter or something like that. Like, I try to,
That's a lot better than what my strategy always has been for meeting women online, which is I buy a lot of purchases from people on eBay selling potpourri because I figure they're probably women. Then I start chatting with them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely sounds like it works, honestly. Like, me personally, I just do the online thing. I meet some girls online, try to do a little FaceTime if they're real. Usually online too, I'm able to find girls that I have mutual friends with, so I can kind of check out if they're crazy or not. And also, I think that by them seeing that they have a mutual friend with me, they can ask their friend if I'm crazy, and it just kind of makes it easier for everyone,
So what do you think of me and my uncle getting a couple of gold necklaces, matching gold necklaces over at the Siebold building in downtown?
I mean, dude, if you're not rocking jewelry, you're not gonna meet girls in Miami.
I told you, Howard.
That's number one. Like, forget the online shit. You can meet the coolest, most amazing girl, and if she sees you don't got no gold, nothing, like you're not really anything, really.
We need gold, like our favorite movie.
Gold member?
That's right. I love gold.
I can't ever wear jewelry because when I work on the Miata, I've heard about a lot of mechanics get their fingers or dicks or something caught inside the timing belt and it gets ripped clear off.
Oh shit! Yeah. See, that's dangerous. See, what Yuri doesn't know is we live that Miata life. See, my uncle drives a Miata, 2003. It goes very fast. It only has room for one. I borrow it on the weekends, sometimes, and it gets a lot of eyes from the women. It's a respected vehicle, but it's always tough to get somebody in that passenger seat. And
that's I actually have some Miata talk for you guys.
Oh, shit!
Lay it on us.
So a month ago, I directed a rap music video for this rapper called Fat Nick, and the concept of the video was kind of like it was basically inspired by Tokyo Drift.
Oh, my favorite Fast and Furious.
Yeah, the best Fast and Furious.
The one that takes place in the future.
Yep. And that's where they really just tied it all up, I think.
That's right. So you're doing this video for Fat Nick.
Yeah, and we had a whole drifting team that we kind of I hung out with them for like 2 weeks, filming them drifting every night. It was like a whole club. And the 3 main cars of the club were all Miatas.
You see, Howard? It's
proof positive. What an excellent car.
If you look up the music video, you guys could see like a shit ton of really cool shots of Mazda Miatas just peeling out.
You want to plug that video here so all our listeners can check it out. What's it called?
It's called Swipe by Fat Nick.
All right, everyone, check that out.
Yeah.
That is
legit.
Our official anthem of this episode.
Yes,
that is Miata
world.
I'll open up this episode with that song. How about that?
Hell yeah.
So Howard and I, we want to learn more because Howard is kind of shy. I told him about how you were on an episode, you did no seasons on MTV, and Howard's shy, but he wants to ask, did you get to ever meet JWoww by any chance at any rap parties?
I did not get to meet JWoww.
Man, that's a bummer.
I honestly didn't get to meet any celebrities through the MTV show.
Okay.
I was
not even Kurt Loder?
No, unfortunately not. But I was asked to be on the show Catfish.
Oh, nice.
I was asked to be on the show Catfish. I said no at the time.
Right.
I didn't think it was a good look for my, for my whole little, I was trying to put together, I was doing the whole acting thing for my show, and I didn't want to kind of distract my attention from my show that I was creating. So I said no to catfish, but
That's smart, yeah. And I mean, you are an accomplished man at the end of the day, and I do thank you for being on here, and that is a shoe. And I do thank you for being part of my documentary a while back, Who Killed the Malt 2018.
Of course, man, of course.
You were a great help. So that was a smart move to not be on there. So I guess it'd be kind of a work. You would be getting catfished by like a babe or something in that episode.
So basically they wanted to set like a whole fake scenario where like I meet a girl online and I'm, fall in love with her or whatever, and then I get catfished.
and it's Uncle Howard at the end.
Yeah, and I'm just, I'm trying to look cool.
It's true. But you are cool though. You are cool. By your pound for pound, is he the coolest guest we've had, Uncle Howard?
Yeah, he's got to be. It's not.
Who am I competing with?
You're competing with disgraced
Jim Grabowski,
disgraced pro wrestler, Brenda. And our bartender Brenda, who felt bad for us, and she thought we were on the radio.
She's pretty cool, though.
She is very cool. She is cool, but she's old.
Yeah,
and nobody over 40 can be cool. That's the thing.
Well, that's 100%. No, it's true, man. It's true.
So how do you feel about this? I started to cut you off, Howard, but I found out recently our friend Dom Toretto, or the man who plays him, Vin Diesel, he's 50.
Yeah, I mean, Vin Diesel hasn't been cool for a while, to be honest. Like,
whoa. Yeah, is this a stance you're taking? Like he's not cool? Is Vin Diesel not cool?
I mean, dude, it's all about The Rock, man. Like,
no, this is preposterous.
I gotta agree with my uncle. My blood, my flesh, and my blood here. This is. I mean, I know The Rock is hot right now. It's quite a great song.
The Rock is hot, man, and it's the Rock season, man. It's a new era, and Vin Diesel needs to step down.
No, he does not.
Have you seen the interview of him with that chick that he's like
where he's getting very grabby?
Oh my
I'm
God.
falling in love, baby.
Yeah, when I saw that interview, I was kind of like over Vin Diesel.
That's kind of a me too, almost.
Him and Ben Affleck,
Ben Affleck was the Hillary Burton, the little side boob grab. That was not cool.
They went under the radar.
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme also, not under the radar, but he was dancing with that girl and he got a boner at a show.
MTV
what?
Right?
Yeah. You remember that?
Oh my God.
Howard, do you remember that?
Yeah, of course I do.
He was dancing and he's like, oh no, and he's like covering up his boner and he's like, oh, what can I do? Like,
where was this?
It was a small show. I don't know if it was like a Brazilian type, like Sábado Gigante show, like their version, but yeah, it was that kind of a man. Yeah, so Vin Diesel, that is kind of a Me Too type situation with that girl.
It's a secret Me Too.
It's a secret Me Too. It's an Easter egg Me Too that we've unlocked.
It's an Easter egg Me Too. You're right.
It's an after the credits scene Me Too.
It's right at the end of the Marvel movies when Thanos shows up. It's Vin Diesel without an Infinity Gauntlet, but he's just grabbing this host.
Being grabby, yeah.
Vin grab, man. So Vin Diesel, it's a proclamation we have to make on this episode, but Vin Diesel, it's just not that cool anymore, man. I'm sorry, but
he's not, man. He's
argue, The Rock, there's a certain every time of the year when a Rock movie comes out, be it Baywatch, be it Rampage, or what was the recent one, the one with the fake leg?
Oh, Skyscraper.
Skyscraper. So every year when one of his movie flops, he start making excuses on social media. He starts calling the critics elitists. He says audiences love it, but the critics hate it. It's kind of the Gotti strategy of like, hey,
Oh, he says it's doing great overseas.
Yes, exactly. It's like, hey, it's doing great in China. So how is this movie? So man,
every movie does great in China. Desperate for entertainment.
Actually, The Last Jedi didn't do that great in China because they didn't take Finn out the poster. And when they saw a black man, they're just like, no, we're not. We're out.
Wow, is that true?
It's partially true. I think they knew a black man was going to be in it from The Force Awakens. They still took him out of the poster for The Last Jedi. He's just like nothing there, but they weren't going to see that, even though they just So it's a rough deal for China for Star Wars, but regardless, The Rock.
Isn't it true that China's largely responsible for cyberbullying Kelly Marie Tran off of the internet.
Kelly Marie Tran. I think that's all. I think that's all USA, man, right there. I think we could.
USA.
I mean, we could take pride for bullying Kelly Marie Tran. We could take pride soon for Kavanaugh being the Supreme Court.
There's a lot to like about this country.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll think of something by the end of the show to like about it. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna disagree. I mean, agree to disagree there. The Rock. I mean, I understand his stock is just through the roof. He puts out like 5 movies a year.
Yeah, he's like just like a mainstream like Danny Trejo, like with the work. Like,
it is true.
He's dropping so much work, and when you see The Rock in a movie, it just makes it like. I don't know. He gives it like an extra layer to anything he does. I think
it does pop. But you know what? The man lost to Billy Gunn on a Monday Night Raw, so I don't know how much credibility he has. I wish audiences would take note of that. The man had lost to Billy Gunn and 2 other scrubs.
Here's my problem with The Rock is he's always playing the good, clean guy. I want to see him be in some like dirty, weird, dark shit.
Hey, I think that's a really good point. I don't think The Rock has really explored his true acting capabilities yet.
His range.
Yeah. I want to see him basically doing, everyone's talking about this movie Mandy with Nicolas Cage. I want to see Mandy with The Rock.
What did you guys think about Mandy?
I haven't seen it.
It was A+.
I loved Mandy.
Give me the scoop on Mandy, you guys. Give me the scoop. Fill me in.
It's Nicolas Cage and his pretty little number gets killed by a cult. So then he has to chop up a bunch of people.
Damn.
Yeah,
more detail there.
It's basically like, your typical, guy's woman gets killed and he has to get revenge on her, but instead it's the gang just happens to be these crazy like it's like they're like demons.
Oh, okay.
And they're like part of this weird cult thing, and he's like there's a fight with like a huge chainsaw. It's pretty badass.
So I should see this instead of Peppermint.
Definitely.
So you guys are misogynist because you don't see a Jennifer Garner movie that's pretty much the same as this or similar, You guys haven't seen the trailer for Peppermint?
I haven't even heard of it.
Peppermint, it's Jennifer Garner's version of Taken, but they kill her daughter. You see it in the trailer. They kill her daughter. It's
wow, they go for it.
They go for it. I mean, you get the idea. And she says, "Crooked cops, thugs on the street, and I'm gonna kill them all." So this is her. She needs this after grabbing Ben Affleck.
There's never been a more plausible action star than Jennifer Garner. So.
I used to be in love with her.
Right? I mean, what was it? 13 going on 30? Or was it the other way around?
Well, and I believe longtime bedheads will remember that one of the films I once picked was Daredevil.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with Clark Michael Duncan. Great guy. Haven't seen him in many movies lately. Have you, Yuri?
No, I've not.
He's laying low.
He's laying low. Why do Hollywood guys do that? Like Sean William Scott. Why do these guys lay low for a while and then come back?
It could be the Me Too movement, man. A lot of these guys could be hiding some things, man.
Clark Michael Duncan got Me Too.
Possible. Did Clark Michael Duncan get Me Too'd secretly, and that's why we haven't seen him in movies, or is there something bigger going on that we don't know of? Are we being left in the dark? That's my question for our audience. You can answer us on Twitter. You know the scoop already. Yeah, so I was just going to ask Yuri, do you think this Me Too, is this good for you? Because you're a class act. I'll say it right there in front of anybody. Like this, people should be moving up the roster, the ranks, in entertainment, and we should be holding people accountable. So I'm not so much for guys coming back. I mean, like, you're not doctors who can cure cancer. We don't need perverts back, So
definitely not.
Yeah. So, but Mel Gibson's kind of infiltrating his way back in. I mean, he didn't so much sexually assault somebody as much as verbally assault.
The thing with Mel Gibson is, man, he did Passion of the Christ.
Man, is that the loophole he can play? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's definitely the loophole. I think I don't think I definitely don't justify his actions, but the man did Passion of the Christ.
So he could always plead forgiveness. Howard, we need to look up in this religion scam, this gimmick here, because it can make a lot of money if we start a church or something like that,
Well, I have been working on starting my own religion lately, so it's funny that you bring it up. But I've got some plans, and I think we should be making a lot of money real soon.
All right, well, we'll keep that under wraps so nobody gets any funny ideas. But I want to talk about the X-Men trailer dropped. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's okay if you haven't.
Somehow missed that one.
You missed that one. Well, our friend of the show, Jack Allison, he likes to call these new movies coming out, the new Ghostbusters, new Star Wars, new X-Men. These are the Muppet Baby generation for him. These are, a rehash. It is good. And I do like the term, and I like the Muppet Babies too. So I don't know how that's an insult, because Muppets were good, but Muppet Babies were damn good too. Nanny.
Muppet Babies were better than the Muppets.
Wow.
Whoa, dude.
That's a hot take. That is a hot take.
Hey,
so
he said it, wasn't me.
You don't need that backlash of the Muppet Babies. But my point in all this is I don't like the guy playing Beast. I think it should just be Kelsey Grammer again. The Days of Future Past has messed up the timeline enough. Who's going to notice Kelsey Grammer and Jennifer Lawrence having some nice sexual tension that we paid to see the movies, We paid to see that in movies.
You don't like Nicholas Hoult?
No, who is he?
He's the guy who plays Beast.
What else has he done?
He was in he was the little war boy in Mad Max Fury Road.
I remember the weird baby in Mad Max. Who is he?
He was the guy with the wild white face who's like blah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
Yeah, he just yells.
All right. Have you seen Mad Max, Yuri?
I am a big fan of Mad Max.
I like the weird demented baby or dwarf character.
The guy who's in the chair who's like,
yeah.
over there.
It's a good impersonation. That is a good impersonation.
They're going north.
Okay,
That's very chill.
Yeah, I do want to take a moment. I want to ask you some more questions, but we have a campaign we're starting on Pillow Talk. We want Elliot Gould of Oceans 11, 12, and 13, and 8. We want him on Pillow Talk.
Man can do it all. Elliot Gould. Elliot, you're listening.
As Good as Gould is what we'll title the episode. How about that?
Ooh, even better.
Yeah, exactly. So, Elliot, if you're listening, Ross's dad, we want you on Pillow Talk, and this is just a plea. Bedheads, harass him on Twitter, send him some nudes, some lewds and nudes, and hopefully we can get Elliot on here. But Yuri, you were telling me earlier you wrapped up a project recently or last year, something coming out.
Yeah, so in 2017, I shot a film that I had dedicated to my dog that had passed away.
Okay.
And it was taking me a while to edit it, and I kind of just never liked any of the edits that I was doing, and I kind of just gave up on the film.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Is this the one where you go? It was, I don't know, not parasailing. I forgot.
Yep, that one.
Okay, great. Yeah, I recall that.
So like just a week ago, we were just sitting at the studio, at the editing studio, and just kind of chopping around different scenes, and we just kind of like realized what was wrong with all the edits, and just by fixing that one little thing, it kind of made everything kind of fall into place. So
you had this revelation.
Yeah, a year later, and
that's great though.
Yeah, we finished the movie finally, and within like 2 days, the movie was done after we had that revelation, and now it's getting ready to be submitted to film festivals.
Nice.
And most likely premiere at a festival 2019.
That's awesome. I mean, I saw you speak in the University of Miami, and you
did.
I was taken aback by how inspiring you legitimately were for these students. I would have just been the ultimate creep. Uncle Howard, you still have your restraining order from being able to go to University of Miami?
Well, I'm restrained from going to certain parts of the University of Miami. There's a lot of parts that I'm still able to find my way into.
The TGI Fridays across the street of the Metro Rail station does not count as University of Miami. So I hate to break it to you.
But there's a way to get into the University of Miami from that TGI Fridays.
Yes, through the sewers. You've told me.
Yeah.
You have told me. You're really
Some of my best buds live down in those sewers down there.
That's the one thing I'll give the Solo movie, because they really brought to life the sewer culture of certain people, that people live there. It's a thing.
My friend Capiche Sam lives down there.
Also, another friend, General Electric. Yuri, you don't know this, but have you seen the commercials with the General and Shaq, a mustache computer graphic man?
Oh, of course. Big fan.
So our friend, well, I'm a fan too of the General and Shaq.
Yeah, so asshole.
The man who siphons off electricity to provide us, he does it around the block here. I know this is a little bit of a rough neighborhood, more than you might be used to, but there's a guy who siphons off the electricity, a small man named General Electric, who is powering us today. That's why we have electricity around some parts of the house. He's a great guy, and he happens to live in the sewers, unfortunately. But is that by choice, Howard?
Well, he has a lot of different places that he goes when he needs to lay low from somewhere or another. So he does live in the sewers sometimes. Other times, he has been seen living in the trees.
That's when it reminds me of Jurassic Park 2, the high hide. Do you remember the high hide? No, when they're hiding up in the trees.
Doing gymnastics.
Yeah,
of course.
When they go high, yeah, high hide. That's the best way to stop a T-Rex. You just go high. That's the best way to avoid law enforcement. People run through the streets to avoid them. Nobody ever goes up. Nobody ever goes up.
That's also the best way to defeat Trump. When he goes low, you go high.
Exactly.
That's true words.
That Tyrese loved that line when he first heard it. Tyrese was a big Hillary Clinton supporter on Facebook. That's another guy. See, that's why I can't stand by The Rock. I feel like he was trying to get Tyrese out of those movies, and without Tyrese, what?
The Rock definitely. I kind of lost a little bit of respect for him when he started bullying Tyrese.
Yeah. That's somebody who needs some help a little bit,
Yeah, I think that was kind of like a dark move on The Rock's part. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it kind of also was kind of cool, since it's like we're so used to seeing him being so nice in the movies and shit. And then he just he was literally, I don't know if you've seen the video of him on set, and he's like talking about Tyrese's album.
I saw it sounded like it was in jest, but not entirely.
Tyrese was having like a meltdown, and The Rock just came out on a video he just dropped an album called Black Rose. It should be titled Black Dog Shit.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think it was kind of cool, but
well, Howard, you got your wish. You got your edgy rock moment for you.
Wow. I got it more than I thought I wanted it.
Yeah, it's kind of dark.
I wonder if The Rock will be part of. Well, he definitely will be. There's a new site called WikiFeet, and it's predominantly women, but now they're making a man's version, and I feel like The Rock is going to be subjected to a lot of that now. And I want to see how Mr. Smiles, Mr. Entertainment, Mr. Inspirational Quotes on Instagram. He has the worst Instagram imaginable. The worst. It's all inspirational quotes. I want to see. Yeah, and I know you just want the shirtless photos, Howard.
That's right. I want to see the shirtless photos. And, a lot of people know that I am pansexual and that I love feet, but I do not want to see a man's foot under any circumstances.
So you draw the line. You love women's feet.
I love women's feet.
You don't like men's feet?
Don't like men's feet. But I'd like to have sex with both genders equally. So you do the math.
I actually kind of hate feet.
You hate feet. Wow. So we got wow.
I mean, if
I
could
you come into my podcast and say that?
Brother, if I could find me like a beautiful girl with just no feet.
Jesus. I mean, I'm sure that can be arranged, but it's not very good. So you would tolerate stumps over feet?
Yeah, stumps are fine.
Oh, I can see to that.
Stumps are basically like elbows or shoulders or whatever.
I could find you a girl that meets that demand. It's real easy.
That is
Beautiful
repulsive.
girl with no feet.
I just want to say a quick shout out. I don't know if I did this. We had problems taping. Quick shout out to Sleeves, who was blocked by the Big Dogs company and then banned from Twitter, the front of the show. And he switched over to And One, and that was a big mistake because now Big Dogs took him out of Twitter. So nobody threatened Big Dogs on Twitter. I know they make great shirts, but not cool. Not cool on their behalf, Howard.
I urge everybody to stop buying Big Dogs and start buying exclusively No Fear or Big Johnson.
No Fear or Big Johnson. Did you ever own any No Fear shirts, Yuri?
Yeah, definitely. I was
The Rottweiler in the back. I feel like it's your style so much.
I was really into when I was younger, I was more into like Jinko.
Okay, all right, you're a
Yeah,
big Jinko's
sure.
guy. Yeah, that's kind of
Big
yeah.
Jinko. What else? Yeah, I think like Jinko. There was another weird fucking.
So you had Quicksilver, you had Jinko. I like Pacific. I was a Pacific Sun guy. I like Hurley. Spitfire was also quite big in high school. Little smiley flame.
But when it's time to go out and meet the girls, Bugle Boy,
Bugle Boy,
or Green Dog.
What's Green Dog? Do you know Green Dog, Howard?
It was Burdine's brand.
Oh, that's upscale. I never heard of that one. I must have not had the
That's
bank.
a little rich for my blood.
Howard, you still own some No Fear shirts.
Oh, I do. Well, it's not like I started getting fearful once they went out of style. So I saw no reason to get rid of what I had. And in fact, they do still manufacture No Fear gear. You just need to travel to Lithuania to buy it. And, well, that's why I head out that way about twice a year.
That's a smart man. It's a fiscal conservative move right there, Howard. I have to respect the shit out of that. So is there anything you want to plug, Yuri? I mean, I know you got that 2019. Are you working on anything new, or is it strictly music videos right now?
There's some movies that are coming out, but I can't really talk too much about what they are. But
all right.
I am going to be making, for sure one, maybe 2 films next year.
Nice. Nothing but respect here. I am a fan. People should see. I mean, I'm glad you didn't come here. I don't say like you would be one to boast. You're not. You're a pretty humble guy, and you let people find out for themselves. But Cockfight is kind of a big deal, people. I think you should see that if you don't know who our guest is. I think what is there a hashtag symbol in the O for Cockfight?
Yeah, instead of an O, it's a hashtag, so it's
very
hashtag.
Right, so it's very Bing friendly. So you go on Bing, you type in Cockfight, but instead of the O, you put in the number sign, and you should be. See, we got a man here. You're just you're smoking like a chimney right now. You're really lighting it up, man.
I'm smoking a doobie right now, actually.
Wow. You and Howard here. You love your drug cigarettes, I have to say. But nothing but respect.
I do. I smoke a lot of cigarettes filled with ayahuasca.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
Nice.
I spent Hurricane Irma doing that.
Smart man. Where did you spend Hurricane Irma, Howard?
I wish I could remember. I know some of it was inside Denny's, and
why did you? I still can't believe that you were working for them at the time. I don't know if you passed out or what, but you called me talking about a storm, and I had to inform you that there was a hurricane going on. So you stayed at Denny's. What were you doing?
Well, some Denny's used to have bars in them. So this one didn't, but I pretended it did, and I drank an awful lot of syrup.
Jesus Christ. So, well, I mean, that's one way to ride out a storm, break into it. Well, you worked there at the time. I'll give you that.
I listened to Quiet Storm a bunch of times.
You rocked out during Hurricane Irma. Nothing but respect. I was losing my mind. I was not pleased. The last thing I had on was a Nicolas Cage movie, the one in the casino, or no, the boxing fight one.
Leaving 8mm?
I believe so. So.
I literally spent Hurricane Irma the first night I smoked DMT all night.
What is DMT?
It's basically like a crystallized form of ayahuasca.
Okay, that is very cool.
And it's DMT is it's literally like you smoke it and you get like transported to like another fucking dimension. Like it's not like when you see like in movies like a character take like acid and then they're like in a weird like fairy world.
Yeah, because I'm not much of a drug man. So when I saw Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, I'm wondering myself, like, how much is this is ridiculous and how much is legit?
Fear and Loathing, to me is pretty real actually.
Oh shit.
The only part that I would say is not really like very similar to acid is when all the people turn into lizards.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, that part seemed a bit much.
But it's like, I mean, you've seen like in Pick of Destiny, the Jack Black movie, when he eats shrooms and he goes into this crazy like trippy land.
I've seen Saving Silverman with Neil Diamond and Jason Biggs.
Any crazy tripping sequence, you will definitely like. That's what DMT is like. It just takes you to another world. So,
jeez, well, that's a smart way to survive there, I have to say. And you got grief from Harmony Korine for not leaving. Is that right? I mean, I hate to name drop for this show. Like we're trying to work cloud here.
Actually like that night I made a bet with my friend as to who could get more famous people to give them hurricane advice.
Well, mission accomplished, George W.
I got Harmony Korine and I got Barry Jenkins, the director of Moonlight.
Did anybody say stay and say fuck that? Don't be a bitch. Like
no. Harmony told me he said you should leave, man.
That's some white privilege shit. I'm sorry.
I agree. And
we're dog owners here. We don't have the option of like getting the fuck out of Dodge, man. Like we stay with our dogs or we take our dogs, whatever.
Oscar winner Barry Jenkins, best picture. He gave me some good advice. I think he thought that I should leave, but if I had to stay with the family, you got to do what you got to do.
Right. I think that's that's the right approach.
And then like literally, right before I lost power, I ate an ecstasy pill.
Oh God!
And once I lost power, it got so hot, and I spent like a whole day just sweating. It was really intense.
See, that's Howard. I know you disagree with me here, but there is such thing as temperatures being too hot to pleasure yourself to. I know you disagree with me on that.
That might be true, but I haven't discovered that temperature yet.
You ever
taken MDMA, Howard?
Have I taken it where? Just kidding, of course I have.
Lord. Good Lord. Oh no.
Yeah, you go to a sauna on MDMA, you might find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You might find who you're looking for, man. I mean, not that you really discriminate even sober in a sauna.
I might do that.
That's why I can't bring you to LA Fitness anymore. But anyways, look, I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's been fun, Yuri. You've been a great guest. You gave us the scoop on a lot of Hollywood insider stuff. I have to thank you for that. I have to thank you again. Thank you again for doing my documentary.
Thank you for
I'll upload this. Yeah, man. We want to invite you. There's gonna be invites going around for certain bedheads. For an exclusive, it's going to happen in December. It's going to be the roast of Uncle Howard. It's going to be an event. Yeah, you're getting roasted, Howard. You're getting roasted, toasted, to a crisp. So we're going to need some roasters. So
I'll be honored.
This is my formal invite. So not that it takes a lot to roast Uncle Howard, but
what do you guys do for the Christmas holidays?
Well, what do? We have the. Well, we don't normally get a tree because we only have much room here, as you can see. But Uncle Howard, we like to drink eggnog. We like to wrestle a lot.
We do a little bit of tussling and play a little grappling with each other.
Hey, we're gonna take out some babes this Christmas.
Yeah.
How about that? How
about stocking stuffer, Howard? Not from me to you, but from us to some babes.
I'll stuff all sorts of stockings.
Silk stockings?
Yeah, I was gonna say I also DHL us some White Castle down from New York for the holidays.
That's a smart move as well.
2 days. So
Not bad.
can we plug our own internet stuff?
Let's plug our internet stuff. I'm Bug TV Franklin on Twitter. You can find
No, go ahead. Forgive me.
No, you can find us on Facebook, Pillow Talk with Franklin Uncle Howard. Just type that in the search bar. Yuri, do you have anything you want to plug?
Follow me on Instagram at Julian Yuri. That's JulianYuri. And if you see me on Tinder, swipe right.
So that's anybody. I like that. No discrimination. Anybody.
That's pansexual.
I'll swipe right too. I don't care.
Take it up a notch. Why not? So Uncle
I see fake hot girls on Tinder that I know they're fake, and I still swipe right.
Howard, any final words?
Yeah, I got 3 for everyone out there. Go fuck yourselves.
I just done the 6 inside my crush. I'm on too much drugs, I think I gotta go to what? Better take your bitch, but I just wanna phone nut. Yeah, I take this money.